Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. The word is out. The 2024 Toyota Tacoma has been released. Well, at least a few pictures of it have been released. At the time of this video, there are 5. Now, the first one that Toyota posted showed the back of a TRD Pro. Now, that Pro had some interesting things on it. You know, if you notice across the top of the tailgate, looks like it kind of has a bit of a spoiler on it. You know, a little lip that kind of goes over the edge. Also, it has the TRD Pro insignia stamped in the tailgate. Now, it was interesting. Somebody made a comment, well, I guess all the non-TRD Pro guys will have to pay more money to copy it now. I guess. But anyway, it says TRD Pro on the back. That's good for the aftermarketers because most people, a lot of people, stick those letters inside, right? The inserts. So there's one mod possibility so far on the new 2024 TRD Pro. Now, the biggest thing, oh, one other thing I want to mention, looks like it has different taillights too. But the biggest thing about it, if you look down in the right-hand corner, it says iForce Max. Now that is interesting because Toyota's iForce Max is billed as a V6 twin turbo. Can be hybrid, can be non-hybrid, probably going to be hybrid, who knows, with a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now that should be pretty cool, I think, because everybody complains about the gear hunting and the problems with the current transmission in the Tacoma. So hopefully, Toyota puts this V6 twin turbo in the Toyota Tacoma. Frankly, I'll be shocked, and maybe it's going to be a higher trim level thing. Maybe Toyota is going to put a twin turbo V6 in the TRD Pro only, at least to start out. Now, that means some good things though, because you know what Toyota does? They start at the top and then trim level features and things kind of filter down to different levels. So I'm sure there's going to be if indeed it is a twin turbo V6 available in the lower TRD models, like the off-road and the sport, maybe the limited, who knows. Probably not the SRs, maybe the SR5s, hard to say. That's probably way down the road. You know, like when we're 10 years from now talking about wanting a new Toyota Tacoma. But I think it's going to be pretty interesting because if you put a V6 twin turbo in the Tacoma, that thing is going to be quick, especially mated with a 10-speed transmission. And I have to assume, you know what happens when we do that, right? That Toyota's going to get rid of the throttle lag as well. Another, probably the biggest problem that I have with the current generation Tacoma as it is. Of course, you can put the pedal commander on it and get rid of that, but it'd be nice to be able to buy one that actually came ready to go out of the box. Now, we do have some other pictures. I actually have them up on my phone, and I'm going to put them up here on the screen for you guys. They released 4 other pictures. Of course, they are shadowy. They're in the darkness. The first one is the hood area, if you will. And it's interesting to me, Toyota kind of has grooves down the side of the hood. It looks to me like it's kind of raised on both sides and flat across the center. I'm sure that's probably some kind of an aerodynamic thing. Toyota's doing that to increase fuel economy. There's been no mention of fuel economy or anything yet either. That I don't expect that, although in the coming weeks, months, I'm sure as they put out more details, you know how Toyota likes to do it. They like to put out little snippets. They did this when they released the redesigned Tundra, right? It was over a period of weeks before we fully knew what that truck was going to be. Next picture I'm looking at, it is, I guess, the truck front facing us with the headlights. And they've gone with an integrated light bar. Same kind of thing as what they've done with the Tundra. I like that. The aftermarketers aren't going to like it because you're not going to have to buy a light bar to stick up there. It's going to come with it, depending on what trim level you go with, of course. I mean, this is the Pro that we're looking at. Toyota always puts out the top of the line first. Again, I'm sure it's going to filter down into the lower trim levels as time goes on. Next picture they've got is kind of a side shot, kind of a stance look of the Tacoma. You know, it really does resemble all of those leaked or patent leaked photos that we've seen, which I think is pretty cool. It looks to me like a, I don't know, like a narrower appeal or look, even though it's probably a taller truck. I say that because there's been a lot of complaints about headroom and things like that in the truck, particularly in the back seat area. So I gotta think it's gonna be taller, but appears to be narrower, if that makes any sense. Same kind of headlights, it looks to me like, as what we have, a smaller version of course, on the new Tundra, and that's really no surprise. I mean, I expect there's going to be a lot of similarity between the two trucks. Really, the Tundra rather is going to just be a bigger version of it. Might not be a bad thing. I've always said that I would have liked the design of the Tundra on a smaller truck. And I think Toyota is doing that with the Tacoma. Now, looking at the rear end, the final picture that we have here shows the taillights. They do appear to be different. Of course, you would expect that with a redesign, right? Everything on this truck that I've seen so far, and we're talking about all exterior features, looks to be LED. And I'm not really surprised about that. One thing I was surprised about when I got the 2023 that's behind me here, it has LEDs on the front, the headlights, but it did not have LEDs in the rear. I did a recent video where I replaced those taillights with blacked out taillights, and I was a little bit surprised that the 2023 did not come with LEDs in the back, nor LEDs on the interior. I am assuming, there's that word again, that Toyota is going to take care of that with the redesign, the 2024 Tacoma. Certainly we're going to have LEDs all four corners and everywhere on the inside. It would be very disappointing to me if Toyota did not include LEDs throughout the whole truck. Anyway, it's just a quick look at it. Toyota is doing their thing. They're churning out pictures. I will keep you guys updated as soon as I see anything come out, and I'm kind of a fanatic, if you didn't know. I check these pictures or these sites regularly, so as soon as anything pops up, I'm checking it out and I'm getting it out there. I like the looks of it so far. What I'm more curious about is what the interior is going to look like now that we know what the exterior looks like in shadows. We shall see. Can't wait to find out for sure if indeed we are going to have the iForce Max twin turbo V6 paired with a 10-speed manual transmission, or automatic transmission, I should say. I don't think there's going to be a manual. Time will tell. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think so far. Are you encouraged? Or are you just going to stick with the third gen? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Mod Driven, all about the Honda Civic, and RobMotive JT, all about the Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? And while you're at it, smash the subscribe button here too. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.